Welcome back. In today's video, we will work on random color generator application. In this application, we will show these color palettes using JavaScript, and also when user click on this uh, text, then they will get copied. So if I click on this text and paste it here, just paste it here. As you can see, they are getting copied. Let me show once again. I double click here and I paste it. Is getting copied. So let's start with a development of this application. As you can see on screen on the right hand side, I have already opened the code editor. Here I have created three files: HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. In HTML file, we have already uh, wrote the boilerplate code along with linking the style sheet and JavaScript file. So now let's start with writing the actual code. So if I go to the output, final output which we want is the heading, which is random color generator. So I will use one heading tag. So h1 random color generator, and you can see the actual output on this tab. A random color generator is getting printed. Also, if I scroll down, this design and developed by me is getting printed. So I will add one footer here also. So let me add a footer tag. Inside it, I will use the p tag and write design and okay, no percentage, it is and developed by. After that, I will use a anchor tag, so it will look like a link href, and here I will pass uh, hash, and the text will be my name Shubham. Let me write this capitalized. Let's go to the output. As you can see, it is printed, but here it is having a link. So let me style it. So style text decoration none. As you can see, the underline is not visible now. Now let's add a section here. Inside this section, we will create a div, and inside that div, we will show all the color palettes. So let me write one div, and here the ID of the div is parent container. I will use the ID to access this container in JavaScript, and I will also write a class to style this container. And currently it will be empty. We will create all the UI using JavaScript. So we will like append the containers, the divs inside this div using JavaScript. So first of all, I will go to style.js and write the code to do the styling of this heading and this footer. As you can see, the footer is centered. Also, if we go to the top, it is the header is having different font family, along with it is also centered, and the font size is also big, and the color is orange. So we will apply this using styles. So let's start with styling part. So I will write h1. I'm accessing h1, and I will set the font family to sans serif, and let me go here so you can see the output serif. After that, let me also increase the font size. So font size, which is around 36 pixels. After that, I will set the color. Let me save it, and after that, color orange, save it. And now I will align the text to center. Text align center, save it. After that, I will do the styling of paragraph, which is text aligned to center. And as you can see on screen, text is aligned to center. Now let's go to our JavaScript and start writing the code to generate this random hex codes. So first of all, I will access the parent container. So let parent container, and we can access any element of the HTML using JavaScript. So we will use document dot get element by ID, and I will pass the ID here, which is parent container, I think. And let me just log it so I can show you the output. Console log and container, and save it. Let me open the inspector here. You can see we are able to access this parent container. So if I do these two lines and save it, it is not visible. And if I paste it here and save it, now you can see I'm able to access it. Now let's write the code to generate random color. We don't need to print it, so I will remove this line and I will write one function, random color. Inside that I will create two variables. One is const and the name of the variable, what should I use? The naming variable is a tough part, so I will use hexchar. It will have the hexadecimal characters which we will use for generating random hex code. So hexadecimal characters are 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. After that A B C D E F. So these are hexadecimal character. Now we know the length of hex code is 6, so we will create one more constant here, which is code length, and here we will store the number 6 because I want to generate a hex code of length 6. Now let me just initialize a empty string. Let hex code. In this string we will store the final hex code, and currently it will be empty. After this, first of all, let me show you how to generate a random number using JavaScript. For that, we will use math.random method. So console log, and I will use math.random. So this will generate a random number between 0 and 1. If I call this function random colors, as you can see, a random number is getting generated. So I will refresh it and show you. Every time we refresh, a random number is getting generated. Now I want to generate a random number from 0 to 16, so I can able to access the character at any index of this string. So for that I will multiply it with 16. Now you can see, let's refresh it. 1 3 1 14. Now the number are getting bigger because we have multiplied the output. Currently initially the output is between 0 and 1, and now we are multiplying it with 16, so the output will be bigger. Now I don't need this decimal part, that's why I will use math.floor. So math.floor, and let me pass this complete calculation inside this function as a parameter and save it. Now we are only getting the number part, the decimal part is removed. So if I refresh it, we are only getting numbers. Now we will use this part to generate the index of this hexchar. So let me just cut it, and we don't use this, so let me remove it, and I will write a for loop here for let I equals to 0, I less than code length, and I plus plus. Why we are running the loop 6 times? Because I need 6 hex characters randomly, and then we will concatenate those hex characters to create a hex code. So let's find the random index first. Random index, and here is the random index. So it is getting the index. Now let me console.log. First I will log the index, after that I will log the character at that index from the hexchar string. So let me write index here, let me give some space. After that I will write random index, and on the next line I will show you the character at that index. So console.log, let me see the voice is getting recorded or not. Char, and here I will use what is the name of the string? Hexchar. So hexchar, and we will use the method character at, and here we'll pass the index. So character at random index, which is getting generated. Let me save it, and okay, here I will write log. So On line number 8 we are generating a random index which is 13, and the character at 13th index is D. That is why D is getting printed. Now we are generating random number is 2. So here at the index 2 the random number is this. Similarly we are doing for 6 times. So I don't need to print them, but let it sit here, and we will use hex code. Currently hex code is empty, and we will concatenate them. So hex code plus whatever the character is getting generated. For that I need to save the output of the above line in some variable, or I can just copy and paste it here. And so as you can see on the screen, we are able to generate the hex code. And in between my voice was not getting recorded, that's why sorry for that. But let's continue with developing this application. So let me go to the part. Where are we have generated the hex code, and we don't need this console log, so I will remove them. Let me save it. Also I don't need a console log here, so I will remove it as well and save it. After that I will go at the top and I will call this function 40 times. So for that I will write a for loop for I equals to 0, I less than 40, and I plus plus. Inside this I will create a variable let code equals to the function random color. Let me save it, and here I will log the color console.log hex code and save it. As you can see on screen, something is getting fish. Okay, I'm using the wrong variable. Save it, and you can see the undefined. Okay, I am not using let here. Let me write it here. Save it. Here we have to return the hex code as well. So I will return it here, and now it will get in the string. As you can see on the screen, we are having 40 random colors, random hex code. Now I will create one div using JavaScript. So for that, we will create a variable palette, and here document dot create element. We will pass the tag which we need to create. So I will create div tag, save it, and now let's remove this console because we don't need it. And here I will set palette dot style dot background color equals to, and for every hex code for setting any color we first use hash symbol. After that we will pass the name of the variable code. So currently it is not visible, so let me just set the inner text as well. As you can see on the screen, we are also using the hex code on the screen. We are setting the background equals to this hex code color, and we are also writing the code of this background on the top of it. For that, palette dot inner text equals to let me write a string x dot code and save it. Also let me append it to the parent container dot append child, and I will append the palette. I hope it is visible on screen. So here you can see it is getting visible on the screen. Now we need to do the styling. So for that, first of all, I will set the class here. So palette dot class name, which will be equals to palette, and we will create this palette class on the styles.css. So here I will write palette. I hope my sound is getting recorded. Otherwise, I have to record it once again. So let me set first padding, and we need a padding of 50 pixels from every side. Let me save it. So it is getting bigger. Now I will write margin. So we need the space between these containers. You can see here there are some space between each containers, each palettes. For that I need to set the margin, which is around 5 pixels. Let me save it, and you can see the space is visible. Now let's set the width. Currently it is having bigger width, so let's make it small. So I need 200 pixels for that. Save it. Now it is getting reduced. Now we will align the text to center. Here it is on this side, so we will make it center. So let text align center. Center. Save it. After that I will increase the font size, which is around 24 pixels. Save it. The font size is increased. Now let's set the border. Border 2 pixels solid white. After that border radius, let me save it, and border radius we need 15 pixels. Let me save it again. Now you can see we are close to the change your screen, but we need to center this on the screen. Currently they are left aligned. For that we will do the styling. Also the color of this text is white. So first of all, let me set the color to columns, color to white. Now I will do the styling of container. Display as flex. We will use the concept of flex box here. Display flex, and justify the content to center. So this property is not applied. So first of all, I think I need to wrap it. Flex wrap. Now you can see we are very close to the output. Now one functionality is remaining, which is when we click on this hex code, it should be get copied. So if I click on this and try to paste it here, it is not getting copied. This is the earlier thing which I have copied from here. Let me write the code for the copy functionality. For that, palette dot I will add an event listener, and it will work when I click on it. So click. After that it will require a function, so I will write a function here, and after that let me define the function, and the content of the function will be navigator dot clipboard dot write text, and under this write text we need to pass the content which will be copied when user click on this export. So when user click on this, it will be get copied. For that I think we need to use the concept of string interpolation. So I will use tactics. After that, first of all I will write hash, because we also want hash to be getting copied. After that we will use dollar to concatenate them with code, and save it. Now when I click here and go here, paste it, you can see it is visible. So we are able to copy the hex code as well. So this is how you can develop a random color generator using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let me just recap what we have done here. First of all, here on the HTML we have created one h1 tag, one div inside which we are placing all these color palettes, and on the bottom we are having a footer which is having the content designed and developed by me. On the script here I have explained this random color method which is used to generate the random colors, and this random colors, this hex code we are using as the background and also the text content here. So here we are calling the function 40 times. So if I do it 3 times, then only 3 hex code will be visible. So let's make it 40. And here we are creating this palette using the create element method of document, and we are passing the name of the tag which we need to create. So I need to create div tag, that is why div is getting created. Here we have set the class name using JavaScript, and we have defined the content of this class palette in this style.css. Also we have defined the container class as well, and we are setting the background color with the value which we are getting from this random color method. So we are getting this value, so we are setting the background color along with the inner text. After that we have applied add event listener click, and inside that we have written the code that will help us to copy the hex code. So that's it in this video. If you need the access to the code, then you can go to my GitHub repository. The name of the repository is random color generator. I will also paste the link in the description. Thank you very much.